I'm going to unbox review the new TP-Link Tapo C645D Kit. This is a dual lens 2K camera that is battery powered and it is charged via solar. So we have a fixed camera up on top, 2K, as well as a 2K pan and tilt camera on the bottom. And it supports local storage of up to 512 gigabytes with the micro SD card. So I'll show you guys what this looks like during the day as well as at night. We have the solar panel with the USB-C. The output is 2.5 watts. This is the solar panel bracket. This is what you would attach to the wall. You attach your solar panel here, and you would attach your camera right here. You can also place your solar panel somewhere else if it gets better sun somewhere else, because it does come with a USB-C extension cable. This is the USB-C extension cable. We got the base cover. We got a USB-A to USB-C. Comes with a quick start guide as well as some stickers for the pilot holes. Several anchors and screws, cable tie. So we have the USB-C for the power. We have the micro SD card slot for up to a 512 gigabyte, as well as the power and reset. And yeah, so this top part stays fixed. The bottom one pans and tilts. And let's get it installed. So you use the Tapo app to look at the camera, and this is pretty much the main page. So you could see both cameras over here, and then you see a bunch of options on the bottom. You can also full screen this thing, and you could do picture in picture. Now I wanted to show you guys at night just because I want to show you guys what it looks like with strong backlight on. So I have a super strong light in the backyard, and this is what it looks like when it's recording at night. And I can click on this, and this is the pan and tilt. So super clear basketball right there, basketball court, basketball hoop. Okay, so super clear on the grass. So 4K would be better, but this is better than 1080p, which is full HD. So this is 2K resolution, and you can record as well. So I could show you guys what that looks like. Again, looking at the hoop right there. So yeah, it looks pretty good overall. And this is the full wide view with the super strong light on. Now I want to show you guys what infrared looks like. So the light's completely off. And this is what it looks like in infrared mode. So you could still see things. It's not as good, obviously, but it's still not bad. And then if we look at something closer, like the basketball hoop right there, Spalding, you could see that pretty easily. So it's fairly sharp. It's not, again, it's not amazing. It's not 4K quality, but it's still pretty okay. So that's kind of what you can expect. And then in addition to that, there is a spotlight built in to the camera itself. And this is with just the spotlight on the camera. So show you guys, and I wanted to do this on the app so you guys could see if things are loading quickly. They're not loading quickly. It takes a little bit to move, but this is what it looks like. This is with just spotlight mode, which turns on for 5 minutes, by the way, and there's a countdown because it's trying to preserve battery life because it's a solar powered device with a battery internally. But for the spotlight, it looks really good. You can also just leave it in this mode, in the full color mode, but that would waste more battery. So, but there's an option for that. But this is what it looks like. Anyways, you could do snapshots, record, microphone, you could talk to it, and let's go. I have a habit of doing that instead of like going back. But this is what it looks like. So talk, pan and tilt. I could turn off the light right there. You can also do single view if you wanted to. And then privacy mode is it doesn't record anything at all. So if it detects anything, doesn't detect anything, it's just the camera's just basically disabled. It's not even looking for anything. Now, you could go to settings, and let me turn off privacy mode. You can turn it off in the settings as well. There's an option right here, privacy mode. Okay, so battery status, 24/7 capture. It's not actually recording 24/7 because that would take too much battery in my opinion. So it says it fills gaps between detections with snapshots or low frame rate videos so you don't miss a moment. Now, I personally don't want to have that on because again, that's going to take up a lot more battery than I want it to take up. Okay, so pan and tilt, you could choose how much angle moves when you're actually doing that. Patrol mode if you want to have that. Tap to focus, Tapo Care. This is where you can also have it record to the cloud. 30 days for free. After that, it does require a subscription. But the cool thing about Tapo is you can also insert a micro SD card and just load it directly onto that, and then you're good to go. So it's currently using 3 gigs of 111.3, which I have a 128 gigabyte micro SD card in there. So clip settings, this is where how much of it you want to record. So little as 20, as much as 120. So I just put it on 40. I could have left it on 30. I usually keep it around 30 to 40. So I'll leave it at 40 right now. Record buffer, retrigger time, and recording schedule. So if you don't want it to record during certain days or certain times and stuff like that, you can do that. And video and display, this is the main stuff. So I have it in infrared. You can individually select it, or you can have it in full color mode. But full color mode leaves the spotlight on, which is again that's going to drain more battery. So I just left in infrared. But you can do that if you can do full color and then leave this one not in full color. So you can independently pick, which is cool. But I just left them both on infrared just because I don't want to go through too much battery. Okay. So image settings, I just have it on original. You could do cool, warm, soft, whatever you want. Detection tags, on-screen display info if you want certain info, up to you. Okay, and yeah, that's kind of the majority of it. Spotlight brightness, I have it on max. Status LEDs, that's my connection right there. Privacy mode, which we talked about. Advanced settings, so that depends where you are. Power line, that's 50 or 60. I just leave it on 60 because 60 is the standard in America. So I just left it on that. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about was smart actions. By the way, you could share the device too if you want to share it with someone. But I'm not doing that. But this is the cool thing. So you could do leave home or arrive home. So you could say leave home, and you could basically select the camera that you want. So it's Tapo, for instance. And you could say like, oh, I want it to turn on and record, or I don't want it to turn on and record. And you can control your lights and other stuff like that too. So I have other Tapo devices. And arrive home, you could say, when I arrive home, I want you to stop recording, or whatever you want to do. So there's options for that as well. So you can automate some of that stuff. So there's a lot of options with this camera in general. And for something in this price range, you get a fixed wide view. You also get that telephoto, more of a zoomed in lens look. And then it also has smart tracking, and I'll show you guys what that looks like when I was kind of walking around during the day. It tracks you and stuff like that. So for the price, and it's pretty easy to install. I just screwed in some holes, and then it also just works with solar panels. So you do want to point it to the sun, and obviously the more of a sunny area you're in, the better off you are. It also comes with that extension, so if the solar panel is not going to get a whole lot of sun there, you could place it somewhere else and run a longer cable if you want to do that. But as a package, it kind of like looks pretty clean for what you're getting, and for the price, it's pretty good quality. It's not 4K quality. 4K would be a little bit better, but Tapo does have another 4K camera that I am going to review, but it's not a dual lens like this where you could move it and everything like that. So I'll show you guys that camera as well. But yeah, this camera, pretty good for something that doesn't have a whole lot of light on it. Full color mode looks good. You can move things around, and there's a good amount of customization. And I should mention that there's also another option for privacy zones. So if you want to do privacy zones, so privacy mode is it doesn't record anything at all, but privacy zones, you could basically say, oh, I want to add a zone where it doesn't record that zone. In that area, I want that part blocked. So you could do that as well. So it does support privacy zones in addition to privacy mode. I don't want privacy zones on, so I just leave it off, but it does include that option as well. So if you guys enjoyed this video, smash the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.